Dragons Live, presented by Form Communications.
Hello everyone, I'm John Webby Webking, and welcome to the final episode of Dragons Live for the 2016-17 season. That means it's time to look back at the entire year, and to do that, we'll take you along with the Red and White Student Athlete Awards Banquet and meet our male and female athletes of the year, talk branding and tattoos with runner Brady Spiker, and show you our favorite moments with the annual All-Sport Highlight Tape. But first, we're going to run the recap up the athletics totem pole as I sat down with Athletic Director Doug Peters to get his take on a standout year for Dragon Athletics.
All right, joined here by Athletic Director Doug Peters. First of all, it's 2017. You were hired in 2007. It's been 10 years at the helm of Dragon Athletics. What's changed since the first few years you were here to now?
Well, besides my hairline going back, I'd say Twitter.
Yeah.
Social media, I'm fired up, Webby.
Yeah.
But seriously, I think the entire landscape of Division II athletics has changed. I think MSUM has changed. I think the league has changed. When you think back 10 years ago, and that was right in the time when we had some powerhouse Division II schools making the transition to Division I in the region. And I think now we're at a point where that's complete. I don't think there's anybody in a region that you look at and you go, oh, that's a no-brainer, they should go Division I. Mm-hmm. So that changes the landscape around entirely. Our league grew to 16 teams. That's one of the bigger leagues in the country, and the competitiveness of that league, literally it's the premier Division II league in the country. So you think about where we're at 10 years ago to where we're at today, and everything has moved forward. And that part is exciting because as our league has moved forward, as Division II has moved forward, so has our athletic department. And that part has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, how much pride do you take in knowing where it is now and the progression it's made in fundraising and facilities? And I know there's a lot of room to go yet, but how do you think the pace is for Dragon Athletics to get to be where you want to go after the first 10?
Well, it's never going to be fast enough.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. We are competitive. We are in athletics. When I think about, when I reflect on the last 10 years, I think the parts that I have the greatest amount of pride in are the accomplishments of our student athletes. Mm-hmm. When you look at some of the things that our student athletes have done, and especially this time of year as we are wrapping up our Hall of Fame ballots for the Dragon Hall of Fame, as we're getting ready for the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Hall of Fame, you know, the pictures I have of our student athletes going, all right, that season was a Hall of Fame type season. So seeing those types of performances and accomplishments by our student athletes has been fantastic. The other part that I take a lot of pride in, obviously the athletic department didn't grow because of me, it grew because of everybody that's part of the athletic department. And just watching the different areas grow and develop, and seeing people hit milestones in their careers and get better. Mm-hmm. You know, I would say, just off the top of my head, Carla Nelson is a better coach today than she ever was 10 years ago. And so it's been fun to see that growth, and that's true across the department. As people get more experience and they spend more time, and they say, to perfect something, it's 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. As we get closer and closer and surpass that 10,000 hours, it's fun to be around a group of experts, so to speak, and have seen that growth over the last 10 years it's been awesome.
And you said your favorite moments have been the accomplishments of the student athletes. Let's talk about this year specifically. The 16-17 season has its ups and downs all as every year does. What kind of stands out to you this year as some of the things that Dragon Athletics is fired up about?
Well, when I think about it, one of my toughest jobs this year was picking the athletes of the year.
Yeah.
In the past, maybe it's been between one or two, but as we get into a scope where it's between 3 or 4 and ultimately leads me to change how we're going to do it, that sticks out in my mind when you think about this past year. Is there that many tremendous...
Don't let anybody know. We're going to play the Athlete of the Year videos later on in the show, so don't give it completely up now. But I know that was a hard process for you, but I know you had a lot of input from a lot of people. What else kind of stands out from you this year?
Well, just thinking about all of those accomplishments that led to those nominations. And when you think about the cross-country team, the men's cross-country team, making the national championships for the 3rd straight year and actually getting to go again, and then you look at Molly Montoni and you just start thinking about the legacies these student athletes are leaving behind. I mean, Molly has accomplished far more than I think she probably ever thought she could achieve as a student athlete. And then you start to look at the football season. Damon Gibson leading the country in receiving yards. Yeah. And the year we had on the football field, and Coach Chappell coming in, really when Coach Bullock retired, he started the soccer program, and so then it's a new, fresh look at the program and going in slightly different directions and adjusting some things, and then you go into the winter sports, which we had a fantastic winter season where all 5 of our winter sport teams sent people to the national championships, and the number of student athletes that performed at a high enough level to get to compete in the NCAA championships.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to pick one thing. I mean, you can think about the highs of the men's and women's basketball teams both outright winning the regular season conference championship in basketball, something that hasn't happened since the league expanded. That just makes you go, wow. Then you look at Blake Bosch and you look at his run through the set. I mean, the pin in however many seconds in the regional championship at home in front of the hometown fans, that part gives me goosebumps as we're sitting here talking about it. You look at what happened you can just start to go down the line, even as you wrap up things, and we've got Alyssa Mears running in the NCAA championships along with Brady Spiker and
Josh Young, who just qualified for the finals.
Right, and then you got Carolyn Jansen. You throw that into the mix. It's just kind of a wow. There's so much accomplishment and achievement that it's not something you can. You got to have notes. Let me put it that way. You got to have some notes.
Yeah, it's not a one-liner. It's kind of a bulleted list. Let's talk a little bit about next year and a deal that was struck with the NSIC in Midco with a Thursday night football. And we're here in the President's Box right outside of Shields Field, where we'll host on September 7th, the first one on a Thursday night. How'd that come about, and how excited are you for that?
Well, I think as a conference, we're always trying to figure out how do we get more people to see and understand how fantastic Division II athletics is. And so strategically trying to partner with different people to enlarge our footprint and who's seeing. That's how the Midco deal came about. It just happened to be by luck of how schedules fill that we'll really have the first standalone Thursday night football game at 7 o'clock against Southwest Minnesota State. And you start to look at the excitement and the expectations everyone has, me included, Coach Lockway included, of our football team. That is going to be a great way to open up the 2017 campaign.
And starting on 2017-18 year, what does the future of Dragon Athletics look like? I know we talk a lot about the student athletes, but what's the department going to look like next year?
Wow, that's a tough question, and I hope this makes sense, but hopefully it looks different. Hopefully it looks different in the sense that we have still continued to grow and evolve in the things that we're doing. Not necessarily different, and we're still going to be the Dragons, we're still going to be red and white, we're still going to be in Nemzik Hall and in the Shields Field, but in the sense that there is a little bit different feel, that there is a higher level of expectation, and that there are different things being done. I think every year we have managed to incorporate and do new and exciting things, and hopefully there are going to be new and exciting things next year as well.
If you'd like to hear my full interview with Doug, head to the MSUM Dragons YouTube channel and check out the extended cut of this episode of Dragons Live. The end of the year means it's time to celebrate, and we did just that at the Red and White Student Athlete Awards Banquet, which took place at the end of April, and here's a quick recap. The Red and White Student Athlete Awards Banquet started with a social, but jumped right into awards. We had President Ann Blackhurst present the Dragon Awards for displaying our university's values of grit, humility, and heart, according to our head coaches. Several honors included Statistical Category Leaders, NSIC Athletes of the Year, and Coach of the Year, followed by past All-Americans Angie Jetvick and Corey Ulmer presenting our 8 All-Americans this year. A slew of academic awards, including nearly 100 academic all-conference award winners. Then the fun ones, with the Raise the Bar Awards for the Strength Program, Helping Hand Community Service Award for each team, Comeback Award from our athletic training team, Fan of the Year Award, the Fired Up Cup for the team that supported other athletes the most this year, and of course honoring all of our seniors who represented the red and white so well. Congratulations to all of our award winners, and thank you for asking me to MC the event. It was absolutely a great day to be a Dragon. Don't go anywhere. We held back a couple of the highlights from the banquet, including our male and female athletes of the year and the all-sport highlight tape. That's coming up next.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
There's a place where people know that teaching and learning are the keys to a transformed life. This is Minnesota State University Moorhead. Here, you're guided in your journey by meaningful relationships with faculty who know your name and help you arrive at your own moments of discovery. The point of this journey is to explore, to discover who you are, why you're here, and what you'll do next. And when you head out into the world, you'll find your life transformed.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. As we cap off the 2016-17 season, one task proved extremely difficult, picking our MSUM male and female athletes of the year. With now 4 NSIC athletes of the year and currently 8 All-Americans, it wasn't easy to narrow down to just one each, but we made the call and we're excited to introduce you to our 2016-17 male and female athletes of the year. The 2016-17 MSUM Male Athlete of the Year is Blake Bosch. Bosch is a senior wrestler who finished second in the nation at 133 pounds to earn his 3rd straight All-American honors. Bosch was the Super Region 3 champion for the 2nd straight year, and he finished his senior campaign with a 32-2 record, recording 15 pins. Bosch was named the 2016-17 NSIC Wrestler of the Year and was also named the 7th most dominant wrestler in all of Division II. He finished his Dragon career with a record of 115-35 and his 2nd all-time in career wins at MSUM. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016-17 Male Athlete of the Year, Blake Bosch. The 2016-17 MSUM Female Athlete of the Year is Drew Sanis. Sanis is a junior women's basketball player who led the team into its first NSIC championship since 2004-2005 and helped the Dragons reach the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2008-2009. Individually, Sanis was named the NSIC Player of the Year, NCAA All-Region, and a WBCA All-American Honorable Mention. She led the Dragons in scoring, rebounding, and block shots, posting a team-best 12 double-doubles. She also shined in the classroom as she was named to the COSIDA Academic All-American 3rd Team. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016-17 Female Athlete of the Year, Drew Sanis. Congratulations again to Blake and Drew on an incredible year. Great All-American athletes, but also academic All-Americans as well. Recapping all of the big plays, memorable moments, and the bonds created this year was a tough task, but I think our director, Alex Nelson, edited together a piece that did it justice. Here's your 2016-17 All-Sport highlight tape.
Ends the win for the Dragons. Chris entering the shoot for the Dragons in the #1 spot.
Now he's looking for Damon Gibson. How about that on the second play? Gibson doing what he's done all season long. From the free throw line, Sanis, welcome back to the game. Pretty high off the glass.
Great defensive play from Hall, so the bunt was popped up to her. She fakes the catch and throws it down to first.
There he's got it. He's picking up 1, 2. There's the count.
Oh, nice teardrop drive by Aaron Lee. Duress. Intercepted. It's Abe Rourke. He's got blockers. Rourke.
There's Volker scoring.
Oh, nice move. Nice beat there. Got Ambrose. Corey Ambrose. Gone! Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, MSU Moorhead. Oh, there it is. 83 points. There by Nelson and a slam!
Savitska with a kill. Harley Williamson with a diving catch.
We're not done yet. We've got a special story on the man with the dragon tattoo coming up right after this.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
Have you ever bought the wrong car? Over half of all used car purchases end in regret. Wrong car, wrong terms and conditions, unexpected problems. You know what I'm talking about. Why put yourself through it? At Valley Pre-Owned, you can't buy the wrong car. We guarantee it. That's right, we guarantee it. Stop down today, learn more about our free 730 guarantee. It'll make your next used car purchase the best car buying experience you've ever had. And you might even have some fun at Valley Pre-Owned.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. Now let's get you caught up on all of our athletes of the week from the last episode. From April 17th through the 23rd, Lauren Dietz from women's golf and Olivia Keelan from women's tennis. April 24th through the 30th, Jill Fox from softball and Alyssa Mayers in track. And those are your Athletes of the Week presented by the Courtyard by Marriott. We've had a few games and meets since our last show, so let's get into the highlights, starting with Dragons softball versus the Cobbers of Concordia College for the first ever game on Shields Field. In the bottom of the second, we have a runner on third. Let's bring her home, shall we? Emma Dummer getting some help on a wild throw, gets the single. Turns it into a double. Meeker then scores unearned. Still in the bottom of two with 2 on and 2 outs, T. Roddy uses the long ball and the short fence to bring home 3 on the home run. Dragons would keep the scoring alive with an 11-2 victory in 5 innings. Roddy and Fox both perfect at the plate while bringing home 3 RBIs each. Hall with a 5-inning, 5-strikeout win. Bottom of 2 was successful in Game 1, now Game 2. More of the same with senior Cristina Villalobos going dancing by herself around the bases in a solo shot to give the Dragons a 1-run lead. Bottom of 4, bases juice with 2 outs. Roddy homer again? No, just inside the fence, but the damage is done as 3 come home for RBIs on Taylor's double. Dragons up 4-1. More in the bottom of 4 as Jill Fox in the batter's box doubles to right field, brings home Meeker and Page. Dragons would end this one early as well, 9-1 in the 4th. Back to the diamond for the last weekend of the year. First with Upper Iowa, scoreless through 5 innings. The bases loaded for MSUM when Hannah Klug gets struck out swinging. Kish gets the strikeout and out of the jam. Bottom of 7, winning run on first. Emma Dummer puts one to the wall, and here comes Tweet. Rounding third, heading home. The throw on the money. 3 outs, and we get some free softball. Top of 8, Upper Iowa sneaks one through into left, bringing home 1, and later adding 1 more to take Game 1 in the extra inning, 2-0. Heading to Game 2, Dragons looking for revenge. Jill Fox at the plate, and she takes this one from the window to the wall. Dragons would score 2, MSUM with the early lead. Piling on in the 3rd inning, Emma Dummer hits it at Doug and Chad in right field. There they are right there. Try harder next time. The hit gets Tweet and Gaber in, and the 6th would turn in eventually into 8, ending this redemption game early in the 6th inning. Day 2 of doubleheaders featured Winona State, and they get started right away, scoring the first with Schultz double to right center. Warriors got off the bus ready to go. Same spot, same result, more runs for Winona in the first inning, eventually scoring 5 in the first and going on to win in 6 innings, 8-0. Game 2, Dragons make it to 2nd inning without giving up any runs this time, but the 2-1 rip to left scores 1 on a stand-up double. Later on in the 2nd, Winona gets this base hit up the middle, bringing 2 runners in, taking a 4-0 lead early on, and that would hold for the eventual 5-0 win for the Warriors as they hand the Dragons the loss in their last game of the season, finishing the year at 12-37 and 7-25 in NSIC play. Now let's recap Dragons track and field as they're finishing up their year, starting with the Drake Relays on April 27th through the 29th. The first for the Dragons comes from Marissa Carlson, Judith Robinson, Alyssa Mayers, and Molly Montoni in the distance medley relay. Congrats to them for putting the Dragons on the map in one of the toughest meets we see all year. At the Alka-Seltz Relays in Bismarck, Madsen takes the lone first place in the long jump, followed by second place finishers in the 1500 by Marshall and the 800 meters by Harner, and Curdy in the long jump. At the NSIC Multis on May 2nd, Caroline Jansen came up big with a 3rd place finish in the heptathlon. At the lone home event of the year, a beautiful day at the Ron Masons Classic, Dragons destroyed the competition with this list of first place finishers almost too big to fit on the graphic. The NSIC Outdoor Championships saw 2 Dragons on top of the podium, Josh Young winning the 1500 and Cody Chris taking the 5000. Defending 1500 champ Brady Spiker took 2nd behind Young, saying he didn't care as long as they were 1 and 2. Team-wise, the men finished 6th and the women 7th. Top finisher for the women was Alyssa Mayers in the 800, taking 2nd place and to just the 2nd fastest runner in the nation. Also, congratulations to Cody Christ, the NSIC 2017 Outdoor Track Athlete of the Year with his win in the 5000. Finally, last weekend at the NCAA National Meet, the Dragons sent 4 competitors, Spiker and Young in the 1500, Mayers in the 800, and Jansen in the heptathlon. Jansen would earn second team All-American status with an 11th place finish. Top finisher for the Dragons was Josh Young, placing 7th in the nation and earning his first All-American honors. Let's stick with our distance runner duo of Spiker and Young in our Papa John's teammate game.
All right, I'm Brady Spiker, just completed my 4th year. I'll graduate next winter with a social studies education degree.
My name is Josh Young. I just completed my 3rd year, and I will graduate next winter with a degree in accounting.
Okay, Vladimir Putin.
Russia.
All right. Where Jonas is from?
Germany.
Soccer's really big here.
Spain?
No.
Portugal?
No.
Brazil?
Yep. Oh, no. Let's see. Kind of like China, but in the sea.
Japan.
Yeah.
What our mascot's called, the second one had basketball games?
Scorch.
The other one?
Torch.
Yep. Our AD?
Doug Peters.
It's inside the track, outside?
Shields Field.
Our conference?
NSIC.
Where we're at?
Memzik.
Our mascot?
Scorch. All right, she's a country singer.
Carrie Underwood.
No, I don't know. She got famous when she was like 12.
Miley Cyrus.
Writes her own songs. I don't know. She has weird costumes.
Lady Gaga.
No, maybe she doesn't have weird costumes. She's pregnant with twins.
Dude, I know.
Wow, dude, I know that.
You fish in it.
A lake. A boat.
It's where you sleep at the lake.
Cabin.
What you use to fish.
A fishing pole.
Sandy area around the lake.
Beach.
What's on the beach?
Rocks. Shells. A dock.
Fine rocks.
Sand.
It's been incredible to watch Brady Spiker lead our distance team from a very young age to now, going out as a senior, getting beaten by the next generation of talent at MSUM, and he's okay with it. He wanted to be an integral part of building this program to now a national contender. But his pride in being a Dragon is more than just fast times and finish lines. It's something much more permanent than that.
So, tell me about your tattoo.
My tattoo story?
Yeah.
Okay, so last year we had Spencer Bergen on the team, and he was getting like Spencer Bergen, he had an arm sleeve getting drawn up, and I went with him because I wanted to see how the process worked. And I was sitting in the lobby because I couldn't even go back to the drawing board. I guess it was exclusive, but the person at the front desk was like, "Oh, you here to get a tattoo?" I was like, "Oh, no, I just came with a friend." And he's like, "Well, have you ever thought about getting a tattoo?" I was like, "Well, I do like our mascot logo, and a lot of runners get it on their leg." And he printed off our logo, and literally 45 minutes later, I had a tattoo.
I think a lot of people initially thought it was fake. Did you get that a lot?
Yeah, I actually Gabe on the team this year, he's like, "When's that gonna wash off?" And I was like, "It's a real tattoo." But yeah, a lot of people thought it was fake right away. I posted it on like all my media devices, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and there was always comments like, "That's not real, is it?" I was like, "Oh, it's definitely real."
Why do you like the symbol so much? What do you think it stands for to you?
Well, it just shows, I'm proud of being a Dragon. I'm proud of what this program's become. So anytime I can show it off at a race, and when you look at other school logos, they're just not as cool as a Dragon, and people actually say at races or before, like, "That's a pretty sweet tattoo." And I'm like, thanks. To me, to get that on my body and to show everyone how proud I am, it will hopefully improve the program, and people take pride in being a Dragon, where maybe 5-6 years ago when our program was down, no one really was like, "Oh, Dragon cross country, yikes." And now it's like, "Oh, Dragon cross country, they're competing at the top. They're producing some top milers in the nation."
Because if you look at distance running, especially Division I, Division II, a lot of those guys that come from the storied programs, they will have the tattoo usually in the same spot Brady does, or a shoulder or a back of their school logo. I think at his national championship experience early on, he saw that. He knows how good these places are. The conversation we had a bunch of times during his first couple of years is, this is where you've come from. If we're going to go to where we wanted to go, which we talked about, we have to look like this. Not, obviously not physically look like this, but this is where we need to go. And that was probably symbolic of that, I think.
And, before races, I'll get my lotion out and I'll make it look all shiny and, put the headband on right. And it's just kind of become a ritual now where I rub my tattoo before a race and make it look good. That I think everyone on the team should get one. I think it should be a mandated thing here now, and Milner should only recruit kids who have Dragon tattoos.
Stick around, we've got a lot more Dragons Live coming up, including our top 5 moments of the year. Stay with us.
You always do this. You had a couple of pops in you and got cocky. Who's up for a game of wing roulette, you said? Because you thought it'd be funny to watch one of your friends get stuck with the hot one. But your friends, they got teriyaki, then spicy garlic, and then Asian zing. And now you're looking at the last one and you're thinking, my God, what have I done?
Welcome back to Dragons Live. Let's get right into it. It's time for the Dragons Live Top 5 Moments of the Year. At number 5, the men's cross-country team earning a trip to nationals for their 3rd straight year. And also congratulations to women's Molly Montoni on earning her All-American honors. It was a great way to start the year for the MSUM Dragons. At number 4, Josh Young and Katrina Melligard, indoor track and field All-Americans. Congratulations to both of them getting on the podium at Indoor Nationals. At number 3, football had their most wins in 17 years, led by an All-American wide receiver named Damon Gibson. The Dragons connected all year long for deep passes, but an improvement on defense helped the Dragons get to a 7-4 overall record. At number 2, men's and women's basketball both winning NSIC championships in the same year and eventually going on to the NCAA tournament together, the first time in school history. And number 1, our favorite moment of the year, watching Blake Bosch go back-to-back as Central Region champion by pin and a home crowd in front of Nemzik Fieldhouse going wild for him as he takes home the championship. Congratulations to him. And those are your Dragons Live Top 5 Plays of the 2016-17 year presented by Valley Imports. A few things before we go. We invite you to have fun with us this summer at our summer golf tournaments. The co-ed Dragon Open 4-person scramble tournament is on June 5th, and the women's scramble will be on July 11th. For more on all of our summer tournaments, as well as registration information, head to msumdragons.com/summergolf. Speaking of golf, head over to shopmsumdragons.com, the official online store of MSUM Dragons, and enjoy 10% off all golf gear through June 19th. Tailgating gear and duffel bags, totes, and backpacks are also 10% off right now. Go get geared up at shopmsumdragons.com. Summer camps for women's basketball, men's basketball, volleyball, football, swimming, diving, wrestling, and soccer are all right around the corner. Check them all out on msumdragons.com/camps. Finally, if you're interested in investing in the future of MSUM Dragons and our incredible student athletes, there are 2 easy ways to do it. First, join the Dragonfire Booster Club. Get season tickets to all sports as well as access to courtside seats and special events. Head to godragonfire.com for more information. And if you're looking to directly give to a specific sport, donate to the Red and White Scholarship Fund. Click on the red and white button on msumdragons.com and get connected, give back, and even challenge other alumni to help grow the future of the red and white. Thanks again for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. As I said earlier, you can watch the extended cut of this show on our YouTube channel. Just search for MSUM Dragons. For our director, Alex Nelson, and myself, thank you for watching Dragons Live. We will see you next season. And of course, go Dragons.